Hi guys,
Hi guys,
welcome back to our channel.
welcome back.
We're back
Back again
with another sit down video.
and relax.
Okay guys, as you can tell on the thumbnail, we are going to be speaking about our first son's birth story. So yeah,
Quite a special story, I
Yeah.
think, to tell. So let's
yeah,
start.
yeah, because so we are going to tell it like it's like it happened. So a lot of things happened on those few days. Yeah, and I hope that someone learns from this and that some lady out there will not make the same mistake. I don't know if we really made a mistake, or I think we didn't really make a mistake. It was more of a, we didn't know what to expect.
We were
Really,
unexperienced.
so unexperienced, exactly. Our oldest son, Elijah, he is about
10 years old
10
now.
years old now. So it was a while ago, guys. So yeah, a while ago.
Yeah, the pregnancy was, I think, a bit heavy.
You know, guys, being sick, yeah, and that
The
took
real
quite,
symptoms.
yes, the pregnancy symptoms, we all know that, but I was really sick. It wasn't just like I couldn't eat. I actually lost weight during my pregnancy, the first part of my pregnancy. But other than that, everything else was actually fine. I was feeling, fine, but just pregnant like every other woman. Before I get into the day that he was born, I would like to go back a little bit, of course, and tell you why it went the way it did.
Yeah, it's important to tell.
I was about 25 weeks, I think. So I went for the normal checkups, guys. And was it 20 weeks? I think it was 20 weeks. 20 weeks pregnancy. Yes, it was 20 weeks pregnancy checkup. So I went and she checked me and said that the baby was fine. The baby was, the heart, you know, when you hear the heart, that was perfect. I actually lived for that moment when I was pregnant, just to hear his heartbeat. But I guess most of you women can relate. So and then she was like feeling my stomach, and then she was like, it feels kind of big from within, not from the outside. You couldn't really see it from the outside. And she was like, okay, so we'll leave it like this. I think that you're like 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it like this. Go home, relax, enjoy your pregnancy, and then we'll see you at the next checkup. That's why I came back with 25 weeks. Can't really remember everything, guys, because it was 10 years ago. She checked me again, and she came back with the same result. Your baby seems kind of big. Your baby is healthy, his heartbeat is fine, and you feel okay. So at that point she was like, I think by now you're like 3 weeks ahead. Yeah, because she was like, okay, now the baby is this big, so I want you to go to the hospital and with a gynecologist, and I want them to take on from there, you know. So that's what they did, and so I went there, and the woman checked, and she was like, the baby's big. The baby's quite big, and if you were to go on till 40 weeks, of pregnancy, the whole 9 months, like your baby would be more than 10 pounds. I was like, oh, okay, so but okay, that's a huge baby, because
Okay. You're not so big, so.
yeah, I'm quite small and quite petite, actually, although it doesn't seem that way. But I'm quite small, so
And at that time she really was.
that was my tiniest, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, so how am I going to give birth to the baby then? And she said, you just give birth to me just like everybody else. I was like, of
Baby
course,
will come.
of course. So the baby will still come, either way the baby will come. So I wasn't too worried about it. The only thing I was worried about is that I had to do a sugar test. You know,
Yes.
the sugar test where you have to drink that. I don't know what that is, guys, but it's pure sugar. to me, and that's horrible. Actually, the moment I drank it, I started feeling sick immediately. Like, I think within 10 minutes, I started feeling like really sick. I knew something was wrong. I just knew my body can't handle this. This is just too much. So they had to take me in a room.
Yeah, you had to lay down.
I had to lay down, guys, because I really, that sugar, that... So by then they already knew that...
It was not...
Yeah, there was something there. I went back to the gynecologist, and this time it was with 32 weeks.
Yes.
And yes, the baby was still huge. So by then they decided that I would have to be induced with 39 weeks. So I had to be induced before the 40-week mark, guys, like 40, 41, 42 weeks. So they explained everything, guys. They explained, guys, you know how they do it with inducing. So I understood everything and went back home. But guys, while going back home, there was a big surprise for me, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
It was a secret surprise for
Tell them.
Her sister was planning a baby shower, I think from the moment of 34 weeks. And she invited all her friends, but it had to be a surprise for her.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
And we planned it after the checkup.
Yeah.
And so we drove home, and I think you didn't know anything about the party, or did you have a...
No, we went for a checkup, and I was coming back home to relax. I actually thought I was gonna come home, sit on the couch, and just relax.
I already gave my key to her sister, so she could decorate the whole place, and everybody was already in.
Mm-hmm.
And when we arrived, yeah, I think you can...
I almost fainted, guys. That was really nice. That was so sweet. You guys did a great job.
The house was full.
Yeah, the house was full of friends, and it wasn't too full. It was just perfect. So guys, we had fun. We danced a lot. We laughed a lot.
You danced a lot.
Guys, I danced so much. I remember one of my friends telling me, you really have to stop dancing the way you're dancing now. Guys, I was twerking, I was doing all kinds of nonsense.
Went away, so I went away with your brother.
Yeah.
To drink something somewhere else, because it's a girls' party.
Yeah, it's a baby shower. So of course, a baby shower, a guy is allowed to be there, but they chose to go somewhere else. That's how we did it at that time. Yeah, that the men went and did their own thing, and then the baby shower was for the girls. That's how we did it. So that was fun as well. And of course, you got to see the first part of it and the end part of it. So but he didn't have to play the games and the pregnancy games and the baby eating food games. No, he didn't have to do all that.
Well, I saw you dancing at the end, and I thought, oh wow, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, my mom was there, of course, and my mom would tell me, Katie, I have given birth to 4 kids. You really have to think about tomorrow, because you're pregnant. Don't forget you're pregnant. You're 32 weeks pregnant. You can't be doing what you're doing. I'm fine and everything. And
but the next
lo and behold, guys, the next day they were all right. Couldn't walk. Yeah. Every step I took was like, it
was too much.
It was a lot. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. And the funny thing is, it never changed. After that, I stayed like that. There was one time we went to the beach.
Yes.
Yeah. And guys, let me tell you, this is a very funny story, guys. Very quick story. You're gonna love this.
Oh, you played football at the beach?
Yes, guys, I did. But this time I was,
I think you were 25.
37 weeks or something like that. And I was playing football with my mom was there as well.
Your mom and I think, your brother and sister were also there.
Yes, so guys, I went off, And there was this moment that I wanted to swim, guys, because it was really hot. It was a hot day.
It was a hot day, really a hot day.
Yeah, so I went straight to the water and I was like, I have to get in, I have to swim. But on my way there, there was this couple and they were coming towards us. So, and then the guy was just looking and I was like, what's wrong? Is there anything wrong with my stomach or because I had my stomach all out, guys, I didn't care. I was so proud of it. So the guy was like, how are you coping with this weather and with that big stomach? How are you coping? Guys, I don't know what happened. Normally I wouldn't do this. I don't know what happened, but when you're pregnant, your mouth is like a basket and everything just flows. You can't put water in a basket with holes, so everything will just pour out. So the guy said that and I was like, I don't know, it just came out and I said, but are you pregnant too? Shouldn't you be worried as well? Because he had quite a tummy, guys. He had quite a tummy and he had the audacity to ask me, didn't even know me, and he just asked and I was like, no, I have to give you your own cookie back. So that's what I asked him. But anyway,
that's the way
he was like, and he had to laugh also as well. He found it quite funny. So, but anyway, swam, played football. That was a great day, but that was the last time I was able to even walk normally. I shouldn't have done that either, but I never learn. I never seem to learn from these mistakes.
No, I think you learned a bit, but not so much. No.
Yeah, but that's quite healthy, guys. What I'm trying to say, I felt quite okay doing that. While I was doing it, I didn't feel like I was doing something wrong. I was just very active.
No.
With this pregnancy, I was just active and I did all types of stuff. So yeah. So guys, the weeks went by and nothing really changed. The baby was still growing and the baby was big. So the gynecologist was like, since you're very tired, and because I was really tired and it was over. It was too heavy. The baby was really big and had a lot of
you had difficulty with walking,
fluids, and
it was so heavy. And you came inside of the room and I think he saw it immediately that it was too much for you. So you sat down and you explained your things to him, and he did a checkup on you.
He checked me and he was like, you are the end. I saw it and he was like, so what would you want us to do? And for me, I was like, I just want to see the baby. I just want to hold the baby. I just want to feel okay again. So then he says, you know what? You have to go upstairs. We are going to induce you today.
What? No? We said both.
And I was like,
and
now?
We
like
looked
now?
at each other like this. Huh?
Now, I was like,
you sure?
I don't. So I was like, we don't have anything, like no clothes, nothing. I don't have anything.
Would you have time? He said.
Yes, exactly. He said, you guys, you have time. Don't worry, everything will be fine. And he can go back home and take some stuff. And don't worry, this is going to be a very long process. That's exactly what he said.
He was telling the truth, guys.
He said he actually knew it. He said this is going to be a very long process. He was like, as soon as you get up, you're going to be handed over to another gynecologist and nurses, and they are going to take care of you and they are going to explain to you exactly what was going to happen. So guys, they decided to put prostaglandin to soften up my cervix. So that's what they did, and they say this will take a while, and maybe we don't know how fast it's gonna go. We are just gonna wait and see. And I think maybe 2 hours in or something like that, I started feeling like a little bit of cramping and stuff. Yeah, just a little bit of
It was
stuff
working.
happening. But it stayed like that. It didn't really like progress into something, into anything. So, because they checked me and they were like, no, nothing has happened. Yeah, then they were like, you know what? We would probably have to go home, and sit this one out at home and see what happens. If anything really changes and you're really in a lot of pain, then do not hesitate to call and come back. Went back home, guys. I was a bit disappointed, a little bit.
Yeah, we both were.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It gave quite a strange feeling also, because the first moment you have to start with the prostaglandin, and the second thing, you can go home.
So we get home and I was resting. Actually, I was laying on the couch watching TV.
Yeah.
And
A good rest at
yes,
that time.
yes. And then I felt a really sharp pain, like it was so bad that I had to scream. I never felt anything.
And,
You weren't even home.
and you called me.
Yes, you weren't even home.
We needed. Do not know what we need, but we needed something.
Yeah. So you went out, and at that moment, the pain was so bad. I screamed so hard, and the pain kept on coming, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is really not knowing that it was going to be, a million times worse than that." Didn't know. I thought this was it, and then I would give birth. Oh, it has started. I'm going to give birth. No, guys, none of that. So,
But you called me,
I called you and I told you about it, and so you came back home
and we decided to.
to go back. Yeah.
And we called the hospital that we were coming.
Yeah.
And they already made everything
Yeah. The baby.
prepared for the next step.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. And they said, you know what? Since you have not been sleeping really well, we are going to make sure that you sleep tonight, because tomorrow is going to be quite a heavy day.
And she slept.
And so they gave me a little tablet, and they were like, but I was like, but isn't this going to distract the contractions from like coming through? And she was like, no, it's not gonna do that. If the contractions want to come, they will. Don't worry about that. You just take this, go ahead and sleep, and that's it. Guys, I took the pill, and I woke up the next. I didn't even know. I was knocked out, like I was gone. And woke up by 6. I was ready. By 6 in the morning, I was completely ready, guys.
It's like you put a button off, on.
Yeah. So I was ready. I had showered.
Yeah, you were totally prepared for the heavy day.
Yes. And I was ready to eat. Yeah, I remember calling, and she was like, "Oh no, they'll be soon. You just have to wait just a little bit longer. It's pretty early."
It was early, guys. And
They'll
I think you called me that early also. Where?
Yeah.
Are you already on your way?
Yeah. And he was like, "No, I'm asleep."
7 o'clock.
No, it was a little bit earlier. I called you earlier. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. So guys, I ate my breakfast and afterwards. And
I came, I think, by 8 o'clock or something.
8 o'clock. So he came back. 8:30, the nurse came.
Yes.
And she had to check me together with the gynecologist, was called later. First, the nurse checked me. One thing about it, guys, for those of you who haven't been through this, you need to have a birth plan. And we didn't know anything about a birth plan. So we didn't make one. We didn't prepare one. We did not prepare ourselves. So guys, we weren't well informed. And and that is something that you need to watch out for. Things can happen unexpectedly. We never know what's going to happen. But the thing is with giving birth, you can make a birth plan. Giving birth is something very, something godly. It's not something that you can plan. You can't plan how you're going to give birth. But you can pray for it, you can wish for it to go well. And yeah, and the birth plan is to make sure that the people who are helping you, the kind of gynecologists, the nurses, and your partner as well, to help them help you while you're giving birth, because at that time you're just in another world. You can't, sometimes you can't even think for yourself, so you need that. Really? So yeah, that's my advice. So guys, they checked me and she was like, you're like a 3, but not really, you're like a 3 centimeter.
The cervix was not weak enough.
I wasn't really there yet, so they gave me 2 more hours, 3 more hours. So, but I remember it started getting worse. You remember the pain started getting worse. They had told me that with 3 centimeters, that's the only way we are going to induce you. We can't induce you before you are 3 centimeters dilated before we can start with the Pitocin. So yes, after a while they checked again and they were like, okay, you're getting there, you're quite there. So I think we can start now. Yes.
Then it started. It's
Whoa, that's, guys, the pain really hit. Like that is not a joke. Being induced is not a joke.
No, it's really
like
not.
If I were to choose, I would never be induced again in my life, because unless they really had to, unless it was a matter of life and death, the pain hit different. Yeah, I've never felt a pain like that in my life. I felt that I was gonna black out.
I had a shirt on.
Tell them.
I had my t-shirt on, but I think at the end it was not a t-shirt anymore. It was more like
some kind of a
big bag.
I had pulled all over this guy. It was terrible, guys. The pain was bad. I lost track of time. I didn't know what was going on around me. Things were just happening, guys. To tell you the truth, guys, some of the stuff I can't even remember. That's how
it was a long day.
It was a long day.
Because we started in the morning.
Yeah.
And it went up to, I think, 9 o'clock or something, 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
So it was a long time, 12 hours of having uncontrolled pains. But normally you have normal Braxton Hicks, eh? Or how do you call it?
No, not Braxton Hicks.
How do you call it? The weeën?
Contractions.
Oh, the contractions, sorry. You have normal contractions, but with this type of
contraction, I didn't have time to breathe, guys.
They were uncontrolled.
It was like they just came. They came. So that's why I'm saying I would never go. I would never be induced again. I don't know if this is the same for some of you guys. I don't know if you have been through it and if you can relate. But no, this is not something I would even, no, I don't wish it on anybody. So then the gynecologist came in, because it was taking a little bit too long. She came in and she was like, oh, I think we have to do a C-section.
Yeah.
Like she immediately went straight head on to the point. And she was like, we have to do that, and I will explain why. She said your baby is quite huge, and it seems like if you keep on doing this, when the baby pushes, but this time I was already like 7.5 centimeters dilated or something like that, or even 8.
Yeah, I think you had almost 8.
Yeah, so but it's, for them it was like, no, this baby is not going to be able, she could feel it because she's a gynecologist, she could feel what was happening, and she was like, this is going to, you are going to rupture your uterus if you give birth like this. So
did you already also told you that your cervix was swollen or something?
Yes, she actually said your cervix is starting to swell, and if we keep on going like this, it's going to rupture. So we have to do an emergency C-section. So Yeah, guys, I was pretty disappointed because I had been working so hard.
Really hard.
Yeah, for so long, and I started crying because I was like, no way. I really wanted to have a natural birth. So guys, they brought me back down, and yeah, everything started happening, and I was quiet the whole time. I didn't know what to really say. And I remember getting there, everything, I can't remember everything quite well, guys, like I said before. So I think you can remember a lot that happened at that moment, but all I can remember is I started shaking, and then that's when they started. And then before I knew it, guys, with all that pushing and pulling, because they had to like bring him back up again. He was kind of stuck somewhere there, so they had to I could feel the tugging.
They were quite rough.
They were rough
because he was stuck in the pelvic.
Somewhere in the pelvic. It could have been a different thing if they didn't do the C-section. So so the the little boy was born, guys. I was so happy, and the funny thing is, although I went through all that pain and all that trouble, the moment I heard him crying, like, I was completely relaxed, and the only thing I wanted to do is hold my baby. And I didn't feel anything, guys, anymore. I just wanted to hold the baby, and that's it. And you know, at that time, it was not
in the protocol.
It wasn't in the protocol for them to give you the baby, to hold the baby.
No.
I was like, no, there is no way. I have been working so hard. There is no way. I don't care if this is a C-section. I don't care if it's a protocol or anything. I want that baby on my chest now.
Yeah, and I did.
And they looked at me and they were like, yeah, the woman, I remember the woman with the curls, with the red curls.
I can't remember that anymore.
You can't, but I can remember her. Because you know why I remember her? Because of what she said. She said, you have to give her the baby because she has really, really been through it. So yeah, they put the baby on my chest for a little while. Because this is the normal thing a mother does after she gives birth. She's given the baby to hold the baby. It's natural. It's a good thing.
Natural.
Yeah, it's the first thing that the baby wants to feel is the mother.
To smell.
Yeah, the smell. And our son went straight for his food, guys. He went straight for the milk.
And still he's going to the food.
Yeah, not my food, guys.
No,
his food.
No.
He's too old for that. I held my baby and I was there. Oh yes, and then you took the baby.
To the room for his we have to,
because everybody was there. My sister, my mother, both of my sisters were there.
But I went through the room where he's getting on a weight scale.
They had to weigh him there, and so you went to a different room.
So
because they had to stitch me up
to the hall, and your mother and sister were standing there, and they only saw him with his mouth open.
Yeah, because he was screaming so loud, and it was late. Yeah, all the babies were already sleeping.
I think it was already 11:30 or something.
No,
it was.
No,
it was late because he was
late,
born at 10:15 or something.
Yeah.
So
guys, he was screaming so loud. The only thing you saw, you didn't even see his face.
No, it was only mouth.
Only mouth and
and sound.
Sound.
A lot of sound.
What did my sister do?
I don't know.
You don't remember how hard she screamed?
Yeah, she was screaming. Oh yeah, she was screaming also.
Yeah.
So the sister said, "You have to be quiet."
Who?
Huh?
Oh no, the nurse.
The nurse said
the nurse
to her.
Told my sister, "Oh my God, you have to be quiet." She was screaming so loud. The baby. She was so happy, guys.
Yeah.
She was just happy, of course, you know. Yeah, and my mom also, and everybody else, and yeah, my little sister Linda, my little sister.
And she went home.
No, but she cried before they gave me the C-section.
Oh yes.
She cried because she
True.
was really worried.
Yes.
But anyway, guys, we have come to the end of this
Long story.
The moral of this story is:
prepare well.
Prepare well. Be your own advocate.
Yes.
You have to do that. Yeah, you have to have a birth plan. Even doesn't matter. You know in your head it can go different. It can go south. Yeah. You are planning for a normal birth, but you know it can always change. You never know what happens, but have the plan and make sure your partner knows about it, that the person, the doula or your gynecologist or the nurses, they have to follow your plan. Yeah, unless they have to save you and the baby. Yeah, then they can do what they have to do. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.
If you enjoyed this story time and you want us to do more story times, please let us know in the comment section. Yeah, and
we love to do it. So
yeah, so guys, and I think maybe we'll just be doing the second one with the second baby, because that was completely different, and the third baby was also
completely different.
Yeah, both different. And just because you have had a C-section before, it doesn't mean you can't have. It doesn't mean that you can never have a natural birth ever again. The second story with the second baby is also a great story, guys, and we will be sharing that very soon as well. So hope you enjoyed. And guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do not hesitate to do that. Please give this video a thumbs up for effort, even though we talk too much. Please give this video a thumbs up for effort. Yeah, we are still learning. And yeah, see you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.